welcome back to Chrono Trigger. I know it's been a while, sorry about that.
Yeah, things tend to happen.
Yeah. I have a lot of parts recorded. It's not the getting the parts recorded, it's Logic and I finding time to meet up, work schedules and lack thereof.
Yeah, it's like either work or it's life or it's something else.
Yeah. Anyway, since it's been so long, the last thing that happened was we took out the Reptites.
Well, technically Lavos took out the Reptites.
Well, we beat Azala and then Lavos landed, and now we know when Lavos first showed up.
What really killed the
Problem
dinosaurs? Me!
Thing is, though, well, now we need to figure out where we are at this point.
Sounds like there's
and we
a
can
lot
finally,
of wind.
yeah, we can finally replace Ayla, so she's not perma-locked on our team anymore.
But you want her in the party.
I kind of like having the main trio at this point. And here we are in...
Cave. No.
Wow, we really did go into the Ice Age.
What killed the dinosaurs? The Ice Age!
The Ice Age! God damn it.
It's not wrong.
Yeah. At this part, it's a little bit confusing. It's the exact same map that was in 65 million BC, but now we gotta figure out which cave leads to where. We're in 12,000 BC now.
I'm actually surprised that the game gave it to you that easily, or rather, like, the era, I mean.
I think they always do. I think the only time they didn't do that was when we first go to the future.
Or when the past, actually. Or, like, when you first go to 600 BC, you have to figure out on your own.
No. When you first go to when you go to 2300, the first time you're in the actual future before you meet Robo. If you stand still, then the era shows up as a question mark.
Yeah. The same thing happened when you first approached 600 BC, too.
Oh, that's true. I just didn't stand still long enough to show it.
Then again, I know it doesn't happen with 65 million because the first time you ever do approach 65 million was through the end of time. And it just outright tells you.
And now we're finally in the era that has Logic's favorite background music.
God damn, it's beautiful.
Oh, it totally is.
I swear I could just fall asleep to this freaking music.
I can too. I mean, I can fall asleep to the entire OST, but that's beside the point. And not that doesn't mean that the soundtrack is boring. I mean, it's great enough that I would use it. I would listen to it even when I sleep. It's that good. Logic, wake up! Dragon Ball Super.
All right, that was an awesome episode.
Yes. And now I've dated this commentary.
When haven't we dated anything?
Well, considering we haven't uploaded in like a month and in almost a month.
Yeah.
Not really our fault. Anyway, so yeah, this is the magical kingdom of Zeal, not to be confused with Disney.
What?
I heard something on...
Oh, no, don't worry about me. It's just, it was just Discord kind of glitching out on me. I couldn't hear your end.
Oh, okay. Anyway, basically, we are in the magical kingdom of Zeal, not to be confused with the magical world of Disney.
Yeah. Well, like they have some similarities.
Well, see, if I go by my RPG logic, kingdoms are good, empires are evil, so this place is fine. So this place is good. It's a kingdom.
Well, sure, why not?
Hey, that's usually how it goes with RPGs.
Also, was that water coming out of that book?
Oh yes, there are magical books that you can open that have elements to them. It means something. But we'll get to that in a little bit. First off, we got ourselves a new shop, and they sell some pretty neat stuff here.
I was about to say, no, that's not the stuff.
Except for this one shop that I went to. Like, well, I'm selling stuff first, but that's beside the point.
I'm about to say, man, you're all getting my hopes up, and I want to see what this place has now.
It's gonna be awesome.
You're just making sure you're selling stuff that doesn't...
Well, I'm gonna de-equip them anyway. I may as well sell them off now so I have the extra cash.
Yeah, why not?
Like all those Titan vests that I haven't been using.
Yeah.
Most of the stuff is the stuff I just completely forgot to sell earlier. Like, why do I still have a bronze helm? Jesus Christ. And iron helms, really, me?
A beret.
This is all stuff I got at the Millennial Fair. Good lord.
Except the rock helm. You got that back in prehistoric.
I mean, at least the rock helm was something I recently got.
Yeah. No, this is just a regular shop.
Items. Yeah. It's hard to tell what the shops are here because they don't specifically say.
Right.
But hey, I need more revives.
Why the hell not?
Why? You never have too many of those.
Never.
I do have one issue with this area, and that's just that it's kind of too big for its own good half the time. I mean, look, there's 1, 2, 3. There's 4 different islands here.
Yeah.
And that island over there, we're not even going to go to for quite a while. Even if we could go over there, there's nothing. We can't do anything about it right now.
Right.
But yeah, this place is really big, and pay no attention to that kid.
You're too late. You already noticed him, and he noticed you.
Fuck.
Well, you got something to say? Come on and say it.
Hey, peel off. When did you grow hair?
Oh, that sounds familiar.
Wait, what? Wait, so...
It's like, when you gonna die?
Wait, you can't just say one of us is gonna die and then just run off like that, stupid little kid.
You're too late. He just did.
Son.
No.
Fuck! I haven't died yet.
Yet.
Shifty eyes. I mean, we just don't talk about when I first fought Slash.
The kid knows. He's all like, I saw when you got your ass kicked by that guy.
I didn't get a game over. Screw you, kid. I almost died. I almost died fighting Magus. Almost.
Yeah, but honestly, whoever's played this game the first time, who hasn't, honestly?
To be fair, I could have done better against Magus.
It's not like we're trying to be perfect.
No, he's not easy, but he's not hard. He's not easy, but I wouldn't say. I think I made him look harder than he should have been.
I don't know, you handled him pretty good, though.
Yeah, that's true. Anyway, there is different dialogue depending on who's in your team when you talk to that kid. I am not going to record I'm not going to record 4 different dialogue boxes though.
Yeah, it seems a little too much unless you really, really want to show off every single little tidbit of this game, which I don't blame you for.
Yeah.
It's like nobody wants to really do that.
Oh, there are people that are crazy enough to do that. HC Bailey.
Yeah, I know. It's like if I ever want to do Tales of Exilia 2, I want to show off every little like difference between like the choices you make for like Ludger's text.
Good luck with that.
Yeah, the thing is, I really don't at the same time, but I want to just to show that I can. But I'm like, that's gonna be a lot of recording.
It's not any worse than showing off every single ship that's in Symphonia 1.
But I don't know, there's a lot of times where you have like a different choice to make, but then I know there's that one. There are some choices that just like lead to the exact same thing. It's just like different text before it like leads to the like same result.
Yeah, I was about to say, in Symphonia 1's case, it really doesn't change anything based on who you pick. You could be a total dick to Colette and she's still the heroine.
You could choose like anything else, but for the most part it's gonna lead to Colette anyway.
It always does.
Come on, game.
But yeah, this is more just me kind of exploring because I love this area so much.
My God.
There is someone in one of these buildings that explains how these magic books work. But for the life of me, I could not remember where that person was, and I've played this so many times that I've memorized what the order is anyway. So, the order is wind, water, fire. And really, it's not that hard to do. There's only 3 of them, so you could just do trial and error.
Now, where's the shadow one?
I don't know. But if you do it right, you'll hear something open. So I did it backwards.
So you said water. There's like water, fire, and wind.
Yeah, I think you open it wind, water, fire. But you have to open it in that order.
Man, they could have easily done a reference to Earth, Water, Fire.
And I don't know if Japan knows anything about Captain Planet.
Where's the heart book?
Nobody cares.
Yeah, nobody really does.
But I think there is a note that you can read that explains the order that you can go in. But since there's only 3 books, you can just kind of guess until it works. I'm pretty sure the last one always has to be fire. And this is when I'm looking it up because I'm just like, screw it. I don't want to waste 5 minutes just randomly guessing. I mean, there's only 3 books. That means there's only 9 possible combinations, but So it's wind, water, fire. And by opening it in that, well, okay, I was wrong.
Yeah.
Shit. Maybe it's water, fire, wind.
Something along.
No, I know that I know fire's the last one because that bookshelf is gonna open a hidden door.
Right.
So I know for a fact fire is the last one you have to open. And I could have sworn I did water, wind, fire before and it didn't work. Now I do water, wind, fire and it works.
Yeah.
I don't know what the hell.
I think you probably had one of them closed when you tried doing it.
Maybe. But for opening that secret door, we have this new. And be sure to change up your if you want to change up your team a bit so that they can learn some techs. Be sure to do that because we got to fight 6 of these assholes.
Oh dear God.
Yeah, this battle can suck.
I can only imagine. Is it the exact same kind of new that we fought back in 65 million?
Yep.
So they either do one damage or all except one.
Yep. So yeah, just do group hitting attacks and just hope to God that they don't attack the same person twice, or if they do, like here, hope to God they don't hit 1.
So now they hit 0 or 1.
Yeah. So my suggestion is coming with a party that has a really strong dual tech. So since I have Chrono and Marl, I can use Ice Water. Or you can come in with Ayla and use Falcon Hit.
Oh, yeah.
Falcon Hit's probably the faster way to do it. The reason why I put Frog is because he has heal.
Yeah, you do want to heal everyone up. Cause, I mean, not all the way, but at least enough so they don't get hit in one hit.
Yeah, as long as they have more than 1 HP, they'll survive any hit. The problem is if they do get down to 1 and then this happens.
Oh shit.
Fuck. Yeah.
It's pretty much just a cherry tap. It's just like, boop. Why you gotta do that?
Yeah, this is why I bought revives.
Oh, Jesus.
I mean, once you get rid of a group of them, it's fine.
But
That's why you have Ice Water or Falcon. That's why you have Falcon Hit or some other really strong dual tech.
yeah, but if it's like 6 of an enemy where like they could either do all but 1 damage, or 0 damage, it's still kind of like nerve-wracking at first.
It definitely is. And I'm sitting there like, please don't die, Frog. Please don't die.
You're probably like
Kinda
sighing in relief every time they hit 0 on Frog, huh?
I need Frog to live so he can use heal. And then I can... Basically, Chrono is my damage dealer for this fight. If I can't use Falcon Hit, I gotta use Lightning 2. As soon as I can get rid of 2 or 3... As long as I can get rid of a good chunk of them, thank God.
Oh my God.
Done.
All of them. Fuck them.
744 experience and 90 tech points.
Dear God.
Yeah, you're gonna start learning techs.
Hey, triple tech.
Yep, learned Arc Impulse.
Can you fight them over and over again or no?
No.
No, just the one time.
Yeah.
Now, either way, I think if I remember correctly, when we get to exploring more of 12,000 BC, there's like an enemy that gives you a bunch of experience and tech points.
Yes. There is a grinding spot for techs, and I'll point it out when we get to it. It's actually in this era.
Yeah.
We'll get to it.
But if I remember correctly, once you leave that area, or like once you progress far enough, you can't reach that area again.
I think.
I'm trying to remember off my own memory.
At least not for a very long time.
Yeah.
But yeah, so I got a lot of techs. So now Marl's finally about to learn Cure 2.
Yeah, well, there's still going to be a lot of tech points before that happens, though. But if you...
Yeah.
But I think if you could manage to pull off like the little grinding spot just right, then you'll be pretty set.
Yeah. Right now I feel really bad because I really need Robo to catch up on techs. I'm not keeping him out of my party on purpose, I swear to God.
It feels like you're leaving him out on purpose. No, I'm kidding.
In fact, I was honestly debating on which team I wanted to go in for that fight, because I could have just as easily had Robo in that battle and had him be my group healer. But I think at this point, Frog's healing is a little bit stronger than Robo's. And
I think it's a little more reliable too, because I think Robo right now can only do like one person at a time, right?
Yeah. Yeah, he didn't learn. If Robo had Heal Beam by this fight, I would have put Robo in instead of Frog, but unfortunately he did not have that.
Instead, he has the Robo Tackle, and I am okay with that.
I mean, I always do this when I have in games where you learn moves depending on how many battles you're in and stuff. I did this with Tails games. I did this with I'm doing it with Dragon Ball Fusions because that's another game I've been playing. I've been in a big Dragon Ball mood for like the past month and a half. It's a good time to be a Dragon Ball fan.
Yeah, especially if you do enjoy Super instead of just like I know there's people that put it down just because like, oh, it's not as good quality as Z was, but I'm just like, I'm taking it for what it is, and it does offer something.
All I'm gonna say with Super is people got spoiled with how Funimation dubbed Dragon Ball Z. Goku is not Superman. America made him that way. He has always been a selfish dick.
But I don't know. I will agree.
Not to the extent that he's been in Super, but he's never been like a knight in shining armor kind of character.
Yeah, I mean, like all this shit that everyone has gone through in Dragon Ball Z, it's all usually because like, oh, okay, I just want a stronger fighter.
The only exception to even in the Japanese dub was with Frieza, and that's just because Goku just was super pissed.
Yeah, and then like he wanted Frieza to power up to full power just because he wanted to prove. Look.
Yeah, that's when that's when he started becoming a full-on Saiyan because he's like, fuck it. I want him to be at full power so that I can kick his ass and make him realize that he sucks.
It's all like he's still no match for me and blah blah blah.
And ever since he beat Frieza, he's like, man, now I gotta find someone stronger than him. Fuck everybody else.
Then Cell showed up.
That's just how he's always been. People just don't realize that. But anyway, enough about Dragon Ball Super. We can get into that could be a whole video on itself talking about Super.
Yeah.
Which I actually wouldn't mind doing, and we could probably
do something like that once the Super is over.
Or at least once the Universe Survival arc is over.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the Universe Survival arc is going to be like the last arc. I mean, considering what's
I
at
don't know.
stake.
I don't. I can't. With how popular Super's been, I can't see them ending it after this arc.
I don't know. It has like the feel. It has like that whole. Oh, this is like the finale sort of feel to it. You know.
Do you really want them to end on another tournament arc?
I wouldn't mind it.
My prediction, and then I'm gonna be done with talking about Super for the rest of this video, is that something's gonna happen in this tournament that's gonna set up for the next arc, and most likely it's gonna involve Goku fucking something up.
Either that or Universe 9 Supreme Kai is gonna do some stupid shit.
Maybe. I'm more with all the foreshadowing they've been doing with Goku. Goku's gonna fuck something up.
Yeah.
But we'll find out more about that as the show goes on. For now, let's.
I just thought of something.
I
just thought up a theory, and this will be my last thing for this whole thing on Super. Like, I can imagine him not going evil or anything, but him getting so powerful or some shit like that freaking Beerus destroys him, or like Zeno-sama just destroys him. And then Gohan wins the tournament, and he's all like, I wish my dad wasn't such a dick and that he was alive. Or sort of like, I wish he was alive and not so much of a dick anymore.
Well, well,
that's a joke.
I don't know. I could say some, like, I already know what's gonna be the end-all thing with this, because they make all this tension, and there's one specific thing that's gonna completely kill that tension. That's already been there that people aren't realizing, but that's beside the point. We're done with Super for now.
Yeah.
Let's go back to Zeal and figure out where we're supposed to go from here. Because Chrono's apparently supposed to die, according to this stupid little kid.
Dumb.
And this is when me not playing this game for a long time comes back to bite me in the ass, because this one specific world map area is really fucking confusing.
Well, it doesn't really help that you have to go through all these like little terminals that shoot you back up into the sky, and then you have to explore some spot in the sky to get back down to another continent.
It's more the fact that when you warp somewhere, it looks very similar to the island you were just recently on.
It's because everything's the same. It's just covered in snow.
No, it's not that. It's not even just the lower area. Even the upper area looks very similar when you move to the other side of it. You come out the same kind of room, and unless you show... Like, there, now we're just magically on this island now. Okay, there's nothing that indicates which teleporter leads you to which island. But now we're in Kajar.
Alright, cool. I'm assuming the weapon shop is probably in here?
Probably. I mean, to be fair, there's only 2 teleporters, so there's only 2 areas you can go, but still. I've gotten turned around more than a few times trying to figure out which island is which.
I like what that one NPC said. It's like, oh, your power seems weird. It gives off an aura of kindness. I'm like, it's like, oh, you're not a dick like us.
That's the good old Toriyama writing there.
Wait a minute, you're not a dick.
Anyway, that's another island we can get to eventually. Pretty much the first time you come here is just complete foreshadowing of, like, here's stuff you're going to be able to do here eventually, but right now you can't.
Yeah. Hey, another magic book.
Yeah, now we have the exact same puzzle again.
Is it the exact same layout as before then?
I'm not exactly sure.
I mean, like, do we have to open water, wind, fire?
Something like that, yeah. And we have another shop, which is
the exact same shit. Where's the weapons? Damn it!
I mean, they're on floating islands. I can't expect them to find too many things.
Hey, at least have weapons for the boredom. It's like, yeah, I'm bored. You want to fight? Okay.
No, he's got load shields, but he can't sell us unless the queen tells us it's okay to buy them.
You must possess the skill.
We got to go talk to the queen and she can let us know. This also gives on everything about this area is just Toriyama.
Yes.
It's not even just Dragon Ball. It's more Dragon Quest that I think of. But if you didn't notice the Toriyama vibe by now, this is when you'd see it.
Yeah, this gives off the whole like, oh, we're better than everyone else.
No, it's more like the magic versus technology thing that's in a lot of his stories and
It seems
stuff he works on.
well, like
I mean, even
like with his stuff, it's more like a fusion of magic and technology. Sometimes like they kind of intermix.
it's not even really magic. It's more it's like future present kind of thing.
Well, yeah, this is like 12,000 like this is like 12,000 or 13,000 years before 1000 AD, and by then they have some form of this kind of technology, but somehow the past is more advanced than the future.
Well, that's JRPG logic.
Yeah. It's like there's always an ancient civilization that's way more advanced than anything in modern times.
Like thousands of years ago, we were better than you. Yeah, why is it gone? Obviously, it sucked if it doesn't exist anymore.
That reminds me of this unnecessarily long story.
Long story. God damn it.
Freaking...
No, there is no cybernetic ghost of Christmas past from the future. But anyway, if you've been paying attention to the dialogue here, this is where magic originated from.
Yeah.
And we kind of had a hint at this before. The first time we went to the end of time, that old man was like, magic used to exist.
While this music played, I think, too. Oh, no, wait, no. That was back when we were trying to fix the muscle memory.
And even Specchio was just like, magic used to exist. Hey, you guys have the potential to learn magic, even though magic existed 700 years ago.
Yeah.
He's like, what do you mean 700? Oh, right. You still think you're from 1000 AD. You don't know about 600 AD or 1200 BC. Shit. And then there's this new. We can't do anything with him right now, but remember him for later. We'll come back to him later.
Oh, well, this is kind of foreshadowing for like the side quests.
Yeah, a lot of endgame stuff happens in Zeal Kingdom. I would say right now we're at the halfway point of the game.
I think we passed that once we fought Magus the first time.
Yeah. Well, I would say like getting to Magus. I would say like as soon as you beat Magus, that's the halfway point.
Yeah, and then after that, it's just all about Lavos and trying to figure out how to beat him.
And we got the Gurus of Lifetime and Reason, so we never really heard about those guys. There's a lot of stuff to do here. This is the biggest world map area that we've had since, well, ever.
Yeah.
Then once again, we can open these books in a specific order, which opens up this hidden passage.
What the hell?
And you have this Poyozo towel. And we got a black rock.
Eh? Oh wait, isn't that something for like a certain party member later on to give you triple text?
Yes, there's a black stone and there's a white stone, and they're used to give certain triple techs.
Right.
But we don't have the 3 people that are required for that.
Right. Yeah, I was just trying to remember that. I'm like, wait a minute, that's not the moonstone. I'm like, oh wait, never mind. We're not doing that yet.
You're thinking too far ahead.
Way too far ahead, I know.
So now we've done pretty much everything we can do here. There's that giant airplane over to the left there. Let's go figure out what that is. Blackbird.
Yeah.
Actually, I don't remember if I actually showed off, but the first time you're in the end of time, or not the end of time, the first time you're in the future, after going through the area right before you go find Robo, there is a dome you can go to that has a crazy old man that keeps mumbling about a person named Scala and the Blackbird. Well, this is the Blackbird that he was mumbling about. And then there's this asshole.
This lovable asshole.
Meet Dalton. Dalton's the
He's Mr. Satan, but more awesome.
Yeah, he's kind of the Mr. Satan of this game. That's a good analogy.
Yeah, but he's actually pretty somewhat competent.
To be fair, Mr. Satan would be able to beat up pretty much anyone that wasn't a Saiyan.
Anyone that isn't the main character of Dragon Ball Z.
Or his daughter.
Yeah.
I'm pretty sure Videl could kick his ass, and he knows it.
Yeah, I think they mentioned, like, or at least Gohan seems like, dang, she's even stronger than her own dad.
Actually, in Dragon Ball Kai, when they have the original dubbing, it's just like, oh man, I'm pretty sure I know why Mr. Satan doesn't train her, because he already knows that she's better than him. But anyway, I've gotten pretty much everywhere I can go, so basically we just have to go into the Kingdom of Zeal after going through all these caves.
So many caves.
It's a big dungeon, it's a big map. It doesn't take that long, it's just there's a lot of places to look. So we'll go into the actual kingdom in the next part.